The FNAF movie just got its official posters and a full-blown trailer, along with a ton of other news that we're going to be breaking down today. This one is insane. Make sure to stick to the end of the video. Like the video if you're excited, and as a reward, here's a picture of my dog. So starting with FNAF movie news, we actually got a cast update for the actor Xander Mateo, who we've known about for a while, and we even saw him on set outside of the mall area screaming for his dad. And recently, he was actually cast under the name Afraid Young Boy. It's pretty hard to tell what exactly he's going to do in the movie, but we literally see a scene of Mike beating up his dad, so I imagine he's going to be pretty scared. However, addressing the elephant in the room, recently the FNAF movie's first trailer has actually gotten officially leaked. Now, I don't want to talk about it too much because I'm sure you've already heard about it, but basically, like what we've seen in other videos, somebody was taking a movie survey where they just randomly decided to show a FNAF trailer actively in production, as we now know. And one of the people who ended up taking the survey ended up recording it and posting it onto YouTube, leading to a widespread panic with the movie, since basically everything we've theorized about the plot up until this point was basically just confirmed or debunked in this movie trailer. Now, I did watch it, but I don't recommend watching it for obvious reasons, especially since Scott would actually respond to the drama and say that the trailer isn't even finished yet. So if you did see it, definitely take it with a grain of salt because it's not even done. The person who also leaked the trailer made a post responding to all of this, apologizing for their actions, which I guess is nice, but that might not matter, since in the comments of the original video where he leaked the trailer, somebody actually asked if he signed an NDA or a non-disclosure agreement, which essentially means he legally said he wouldn't tell anybody about this stuff, to which he would admit to it and say, I know, I did it for the people. So he clearly knew what he was doing was wrong, and Scott Cawthon and the movie team might even try and take legal action, but the story is still developing, so I guess we'll see in the future. Another piece of news worth mentioning is that while it's super alleged, a bigger FNAF movie update account actually reported an exclusive story that says supposedly that someone in the crew of the film in a texting conversation said that the sequel for the FNAF movie is already scheduled for production in January of 2024, while FNAF 3 was also planned to start production sometime in 2025. Now, this is an extremely shaky rumor because we have no official sources other than just some he said, she said. Other people like Johnny Blocks would even go on Twitter saying that these rumors are most likely fake since movies usually don't plan this far in advance. But in previous news videos, we did cover that FNAF 2 and FNAF 3 are movies that are coming at some point in the future, so it would make sense for them to start planning early since they are already committing to the sequels even if the newest one does bad. But guys, we just got some absolutely massive FNAF movie news, probably the biggest we've ever gotten, that we need to talk about. So basically, just a few hours from recording, Jason Blum started to cryptically tweet on his Twitter account like some news was about to drop at some point soon, like what he always does. And then after a few hours of waiting, we were actually given none other than the official Five Nights at Freddy's movie poster, showing all 4 animatronics lined up together and a brand new logo as well. Alongside this poster, we got ourselves 4 individual posters showing all of the characters in their own right, which also look absolutely insane, since now we get to see what all the animatronics in the actual film are going to look like, and to call them good would be an understatement. They have these really intimidating red eyes along with the exterior fur that really just adds on to how dated and old these animatronics are meant to be. I would tell you guys my complaints about these animatronics, but I really don't have any. They genuinely just look perfect. I mean, maybe the red eyes on the cupcake look a little bit silly, but other than that, I literally have no complaints. But while these posters are insane, it gets even better, as after the posters were released and a ton of extra teasing, we would get unveiled to us none other than the very first official Five Nights at Freddy's movie trailer, and it looks insane. Now, to somewhat briefly summarize, the trailer starts off with an employee VHS type video training thing, which was actually shown originally in the trailer leak I talked about earlier. And following this, we are then shown all of the animatronics in full life moving and acting how they would in the actual games, which is just phenomenal. Then we are shown a flash forward into what the pizzeria looks like in modern times, torn apart and extremely run down, where we see the main protagonist, Mike Schmidt, begin his job. He inspects the animatronics and then turns everything on before everything suddenly goes wrong, and we suddenly start to see things like endoskeletons with shredders on their face, a bunch of children running from the woods who are presumably the ones who were murdered and turned into these animatronics. William Afton himself is shown for a brief period of time in some sort of office business setting, and then the trailer abruptly ends when Abby is seen hiding inside of the ball pit before the animatronics with bright red eyes come out and attack her, before at the last second we are shown the movie movie's logo and release date, which is where it all ends. So yeah, this is an absolutely insane trailer, and to call it good is an understatement. I am genuinely in love with what we see here. I would definitely say it's about as close to perfect as we could ever get with any Five Nights at Freddy's movie. If we look at the trailer specifics, we could see some really cool stuff like the actual restaurant and the sign, which is of course absolutely incredible. And the actors and actresses, just from the looks of the trailer, are 100% going to be playing their part to just about perfect. For example, the main characters, Piper Rubio as Abby and Josh Hutcherson as Mike Schmidt, do a fantastic job here. Like, honestly, the only thing that really confuses me about this trailer is two separate things. For one, I don't really understand what's up with the animatronics having this weird shredder-like machine under its endoskeleton. And also, in the same scene, why do we see Mike randomly get trapped? I don't really get that part. It's most likely just some new elements to change the movie, but they are different to say the least. And also, I really wonder what in the world William Afton is going to do in this film, because we barely see him in this mini trailer, but we know he's most likely going to be the main antagonist, of course, outside of the classic animatronics. I mean, I'm sure he's meant to be mysterious and ambiguous, and we'll probably have to wait until the actual movie comes out or future trailers to see more, but I definitely would have liked to see more from William Afton because he's just such a mysterious character, even in the real FNAF franchise. To be fair to the trailer and the public, while I absolutely love this trailer, there has been a little bit of controversy out of the gate with it, as you'd expect with just about anything FNAF related at this point. Mostly because a lot of people don't like some of the changes made to the set itself, and most importantly, the actual animatronics, which a lot of people have said look a bit on the cheap side, and I guess I see an argument for that potentially, but also at the same time, aren't they meant to be cheap for the sake of the film? It's a rundown pizzeria after all. So I don't really know what everybody was expecting. Me personally, I think they couldn't look any better. I also saw some complaints about the red eyes, both in the trailer and the posters, but that's all up to your own opinion. I get that some people think it looks a little bit corny, but I do like the dark atmosphere that they bring to the trailer. However, speaking overall, these trailers and whatnot start to open up the floodgates for what we're going to start seeing with the FNAF movie. We're probably going to get tons of different teasers, advertisements, merchandise maybe. The trailer that I initially talked about that leaked before is something that also still needs to come out. There's probably going to be more trailers, tons of different promotions, all this other stuff that's going to be coming literally within the next weeks or months. And after waiting so many years for this all to come out, it honestly just feels surreal that it's all finally coming. And just watching the trailer, you could just see the years upon years of work that went into it. And after waiting all those years patiently, watching the trailer back is still just absolutely surreal. But as all of this brand new stuff comes out, guys, make sure to like the video if you enjoyed and subscribe to stay up to date with all of that stuff when it comes out. Check out some of my other videos about the FNAF movie, but I'll see you guys when something new comes out. Peace out.